You stream, eh?
You be a decent one this time. We need. Yeah, no, actually, we've already got the ability to yeet Nop on in Infinity Plus.
It's true. Let's should make a child of the enemy, like the master enemy, but use a
Make it a
Nopon
Nop
mesh.
on.
Make it a
Yes.
Nopon.
when you hit it, there's a chance for it to go. Oh no!
Oh no!
Some screenshots, eh?
Some screenshots.
I might be periodically mute my mic every now and then, but I'm still here. But yeah.
Last night at work, I was we got to the very end of the night. We just waiting on the last couple of people to leave their movie, and we was waiting on like the very last movie, and I went in to see if there were still people in there, and I walked out, and I go to the other manager that was there with me, and she was like, are there still people? I'm like, there are still people watching their movie in their auditorium. She looks at me, she's like, no accent. I'm like, you don't like the Scottish accent.
You don't have to tell a man to stop his accent. The accent stops the man.
Hey, we'll be doing our Dave stream with a Scottish accent today.
There was another movie trailer for Sonic 2. They're like showing everything off now.
Yeah. Most of it's like in little mini clips. But
yeah, we're getting like it's repeats of previous trailers with like about 5 new seconds or something.
Yeah, if even that.
Yeah. Shut up, phone.
Shut up, phone.
I saw the bit with shut up. I saw the bit with Jim Carrey chomping on the popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they're making him way more like. They're making Eggman way more cartoony in this one, which I'm all for. Especially seeing Jim Carrey.
He was kind of cartoony in the first one as well, but again, it's Jim Carrey, which makes him even better.
Yeah, but like this one, he's like snapped, you know. It's like he's like that kind of cartoony now. He's just having the time of his life.
A little more unhinged.
Unhinged.
He's unhinged.
He didn't put the hing on the door correctly. Now, I could get that done for no problem. I'll get that done in a jiffy.
Should get that done in a proper jiffy. Is it a jiffy or is it a giffy?
Why the fuck do you have to do this to me? On screen. I have to reveal my secret. It's Giphy.
It's your bum.
No. Uno reverse card. Why have I got a t-shirt cannon? Movie. Sonic movie, guys. We all excited. You know, about 2 years ago today, it was not Valentine's Day because ew. Why? It was Sonic Movie Day. And that is how this date will always be remembered. It is now just Sonic Movie Day.
If it's not, if you don't have a date and it's not Valentine's Day to you, then it's automatically International Sonic Movie Day for you.
International Sonic Movie Day.
Yep.
I failed my obligation, but you have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Boy.
Yeah.
My throat is dry. I cannot.
I'm too tired to
do anything.
We actually have things to show on the stream today.
Would you guys believe it?
We've got stuff.
It's actually crazy.
And more stuff that isn't just cleaning.
I didn't expect this would ever happen again. I thought we were just going to be locked in perpetual cleaning.
We've got things to show that isn't just cleaning.
All right, so basically, guys, we're going to make Xenoblade, but Sonic. I would actually kind of like that slightly.
What?
Like, not the combat at least, but just the kind of RPG-esque style Xenoblade game, but as Sonic. You can go throughout the world and recruit other characters to join your party and do shit. go to a big party at the end. Go to an egg disco. Eggman's throwing a disco party, and every Sonic character was invited.
I would like to see another crack at a Sonic RPG.
I would too.
That isn't, fucking.
Yeah,
Sonic
that
Chronicles.
isn't.
Sonic Chronicles, more like Sonic Chronic Migraine.
Sonic Chronicles, more like Sonic Crippling Depression.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have crippling depression.
I have crippling depression.
My Nintendo Switch. Ah, yes. Xenoblade 1. I'll have to play more of it when I want to work. But I was getting frustrated with it, so...
Couldn't handle the Monato's power.
I really couldn't.
Wow.
I will say, just a heads up for you in future spec, whenever you do move on to Xenoblade 1, it is going to be very different presentation-wise and just, like, combat scaling-wise. I go fight a enemy that's like 1 or 2 levels higher than me with 3 party members, and I still get my shit kicked in.
Yeah.
So, just a heads up. But yeah, looky. Have we got the stream on, or is it still on?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, it's on. Nice. We has new moves for the Sliver.
Silver's got... I guess we'll just go ahead and try with Silver since he's booted up here.
Yeah.
Silver has 2 new moves.
Well, a new move, and then it like a tweak to an already existing move, I guess.
Well, that kind of... Well, I don't know if we're going to keep this move. I think this one move that Emmanuel added is just a test. Like it's
this crouch one?
Yeah, the crouch one. I think it's just a test fire ability. Mostly to test the projectile, because Emmanuel, like we had mentioned last time in the stream, that we have a new master projectile blueprint that is meant to act as like a default projectile for other blueprints and stuff to use. And this one that Emmanuel made was the first one as a test. And essentially, by double tapping crouch, you can shoot at a projectile. I think it was also meant to test like adding effects to projectiles, because when you hit an enemy with it, it paralyzes the enemy. It doesn't deal damage and it can't kill the enemy, but this projectile does paralyze them. And it homes in on them. It's actually got a really, really wide homing range, so if I like shot it way out here, it'll home in all the way over there, which is not final or anything, but yeah. And of course, enemies that are stunned can be picked up. Obviously, we still got the Psycho Knife, and enemies with the Psycho Knife can be picked up and thrown. And as for the other thing, you probably, I don't know if you have noticed, but whenever Silver picks up, or whenever he throws an item, let me full screen this here, the object that he throws is slightly slower than normal. So if I throw this, it actually doesn't go as far as it used to. However, if I hold the throw button, it plays a little sound effect. The object you're throwing will begin to spin, and it's thrown at a much higher velocity. And it's fucking hilarious when you do that to an enemy, because they just sit there and spin in place.
Oh yeah, it's great. Teach the enemy how to spin dash.
So it was a regular enemy throw. And then if I charge up a throw.
Kaboom.
Currently, yeah. Currently, it doesn't deal any additional damage. The only function this serves is essentially just. I didn't want to throw them there. The only function this really serves is just increasing the velocity of the throw. If I hit this enemy, the other thing will take a damage. But if I hit the enemy with a fully charged throw, Beyblade, let her rip. It still only does a single tick of damage, but it just hits the enemy faster. I didn't mean to jump on that. But since we're up here,
oh yes, literally done like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we had a new little particle to the thing here. So whenever
Yes, I was working on this. It hasn't been coded to do what it does just yet, but I was literally working on this like a minute ago. It's going to be there to let you know that that's a pad that has not been activated yet, and then once you've used it, it will despawn. So yeah.
one thing we can probably do, well, probably have to do is whenever that psychopad sends out a function to move the crates will have to turn off their hitbox so that way they can't take damage.
Yeah, that's true. And we, have to fix it so you can jump back on them. But yeah, that's a bug that we'll fix later.
So you probably noticed this earlier, but Silver has a new stomp particle. And enemies who are hit with a psycho stun now have a little psycho stun particle.
Yeah, got their stunned effect now. Which I think also happens when you use Tails' stun bombs as well. Also has that effect happen.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like a general stun effect now. We have so much fun with with spinning them.
Yeah. Was there?
Obviously, we haven't got it set up, but it'd be hilarious to see the freaking the egg hammer spinning.
Oh yeah. I don't really think, in terms of functionality, nothing else has really changed with Silver. His throwing has been patched up a little bit, so it's a little bit more consistent and it's less buggy. So
I have ran into one bug I'll mention at some point later. It was just involving going like, I think it involved grabbing a crate while holding enemies. The crate damaged the enemies, and the enemies had no idea what state they were meant to be in.
That's weird.
So that's just, I think because Emmanuel hasn't fully finished the stun state for the enemies.
The crates aren't supposed to have hitbox until after you throw them.
Oh.
So that.
Oh no, was it because I jumped? I think it might have been that. I don't know. I'll try and recreate it at some point.
Yeah, the enemies aren't supposed to be able to take damage whenever they're being held, which is an exception I don't think Emmanuel has included yet. But we do have something else with Silver to show. And that is a new run animation.
Yes, I made a new animation. I'm finally free from the Sonic animations.
Now, if only this fucking camera would actually stop zooming out, we need to get that fixed. I'm actually getting sick of it.
We need to turn that off for keyboard and mouse. We need to get around to doing that.
But Silver now has a new running animation.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at the animation isolated in the animation view.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to take a quick look at it.
Before I do that, let's grab the other animation. See the other animation, because Silver also has a high-speed animation as well that's been different. So if I hit this,
yeah.
Bonk.
Oh. Essentially, that is just the repurposed. No, what?
Hitting the water completely cancels.
Yeah, I think it's because nose collision or something. Like it's just being wonky. It happens quite often. But yeah, that high speed animation is just the light speed dash animation repurposed
Hmm.
for now. Because it's much better than him grinding his face across the floor like he was before.
Yeah.
So Silver's animations is starting to get worked on, and he's going to be a lot more flowy. Like you can see what I've tried doing with the hair and the back spines and stuff. I've tried making it a bit more wavy.
Yeah.
It's not as like flowy as you could say Project 06's is, because I think that looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I was trying something out here.
So yeah, this here is Silver's new running animation. I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, posing I might have to tweak with a bit because I think I need to make it so like his hand's got a particle effect to make it look like he's actually activating his power. But yeah, so we're just working on new animations. There was a new animation for a cat, a certain cat.
That's what I was gonna work on or look at next.
Ooh. Oh, hey ho!
I'm Mr. Frog. I
You
eat the.
missed.
This is.
You are Emmanuel. You missed the silver bit. This is
Yes.
the show. Went over your code, Emmanuel, and we said that it was full of spaghetti, and you're fired again.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I guess I'll just leave then.
All right, bye.
Now you have to stay and suffer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Someone sensible realizes that to
It's
stay
in
for
your
like.
contract. It's in your contract to at least
Oh.
stay for this game.
Dang it! I can't stay for too long. I have plans.
Well, you were meant to do. Okay, fine.
Part of the plans involved being involved in driving around and having to redrive somewhere because I forgot something, which is why I'm kind of late.
That's fine. Okay. But yeah, Blaze.
Blaze, we gotta get that double jump figured out. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
With it,
I went to go and look into it, and I thought Blaze had her own custom jump animation, like jump code, but she doesn't. So I need
she
to
used to,
figure
and
out
I think
how to
we
do it.
changed it.
Yeah. I can figure it out.
So,
But yeah,
Blaze also. Does she have anything else other than the animation, or
it's just that for now.
okay?
I did like one animation for Blaze.
Animations, or she's got a new animation. It's not finished because how it transitions from one animation to another is a little weird.
Also, her feet are in the ground.
Yeah.
You press, like,
Yeah.
you press 0, like the num 0 to go slow down. Yeah. You
Yeah,
can see her feet are in the ground.
the animation isn't properly lined up. But if you look at it, yeah, she's also got a problem with her eyelids. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
there.
the eyelids stick out the back. That's because of another blend space trying to overtake my animation that I made.
I must give her a real headache.
But yeah,
As you can see like her ears bounce a little bit, and her hair bobs as well.
And teleports.
So it's supposed to more accurately reflect her running animation from Sonic Rush.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Try
not complete.
recreating.
We're gonna probably raise the tail so it's lifted up higher and not being knocked around by her feet.
She doesn't kick it with her feet though.
I know
mean,
it doesn't. Like, if you look at it closely, it like her tail actually never touches her feet. It sways out of the way, but it looks like it at high speed.
Mhm.
So it needs to be lifted up a little bit more, just to also give the animation something else to look at from the back, because all you can really see is the back of her head, and the back of Blaze's head is not as interesting as some other characters.
Yeah, that's something to note about these characters, that most of the time they're going to be behind them, so you have to make their running animation interesting from that angle specifically, and also the other ones if you can help it.
So,
Yeah.
it's not quite done, but it is looking pretty good. She kind of glides across the ground more than other characters do because she's supposed to use her flames to propel herself.
Yeah. But that could be sold more in tweaking animation too, and the particle. We can make so that like every time she takes a step, she like forces her feet back a bit more to kind of sell that she's pushing herself. You know. What all did I miss?
Happy with this running animation.
We showed everything changed to silver.
That's practically it. We showed the new particle that I did for the psychopad as well.
Yep, the new psychopad. The
Oh, can I see? I haven't seen it yet.
There it goes.
Oh, actually, I like that.
Yeah, it's very basic at the moment. I'll work on it more later.
Yeah, really my only criticism right now is that the particle that raises into the air just kind of pulsates a little too quickly. That's all.
Yeah, no. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
I did actually make a particle last night, which is like, the burning particle that I have. I made it so that enemies could catch on fire. I just didn't get a chance to implement it. So I didn't push it.
Yeah.
One question, Manuel.
Oh.
Sure.
The change you made to silver.
Yes.
Actually, I want to know about both things you changed with silver, because you said, "Oh, I made these changes," and then you proceeded to explain absolutely nothing.
I kind of want you to figure them out.
Well, yeah, that's great and all, but I still don't know why you did it. That's what I care about, is why you did it. And not that I'm mad or anything, but I'm also like,
I'm not mad.
Why?
I'm not mad.
Why,
okay,
so why did you add Silver's projectile, and why did you add the spinny throw thing? Like, I'm not mad at those changes. It's not like I don't like them or anything, because I do. But I'm like, why?
I'm not mad. I'm just really okay. That is fair. I was being a little coy when I put them in. So, as you've probably shown it, but if you double tap the crouch button, similar to a spin kick with Sonic, Silver will do that. So the reason I put that there is that in Project 06 specifically, Silver has a projectile he could shoot out that will track enemies and stun them. And if you hit them, if you hit them, I'm explaining to the audience too. Like, and also if you hit them again with the projectile, it's not coded in, but if you hit them again in Project 06, it'll start dealing damage. So first shot stun, second shot starts to deal damage. Fizz may have also mentioned this, but I've begun making a master projectile blueprint, which is mostly done. Like, the projectile you're using right now to shoot that is a child of the master projectile.
Oh, what, the Psycho Knife?
No, I call that the Psycho. Yeah, I call it the Psycho Seeker for now, but that.
I think Psycho Seeker sounds cool.
All right. Okay, but one question I have was the purpose of the Psycho Seeker to actually add a new move to Silver, or was it to just test the master projectile?
A bit of both. It didn't take long to make, and I thought, well, it's a move from Project 06 that I like, and if we're trying to recreate his moveset, I know technically it's not from the game, but it seemed like it could be good for his kit, so I just tried making a very basic version of it. And the main issue I ran into was just which button to put it on, because I realized that making it the crouch button made it so that he couldn't crouch. And so you couldn't spin dash, you couldn't slide. So I thought, oh, for now, I'll just make it a double tap. And then I proceeded not to explain it because I didn't explain it.
Shiranui says, "Hey, look, it's Gilbert." I do not know.
Gilbert Gottfried.
I'm Gilbert Gottfried. Anyway,
is he talking about me? I bet the guy's talking about me. I swear to God, I'm kidding. Shiranui.
I never forget the hoods. I changed the hoods since last time, haven't I?
Oh yeah, the hoods have actually shrunk. They're slightly smaller.
Yes,
they're
I have
more scaled.
Yeah.
I've scaled them more correctly to their original
Gilbert the Hedgehog
like representation. I've only done it for the hoods that we already had ready, which was 06, Generations, Heroes, and Classic.
Okay, but Sonic the Hedgehog movie 4 with Silver, except Silver is played by Gilbert Gottfried.
I would love that, actually. I'll be mad, but not that mad.
I would not be mad at
Silver was
all.
going to be Danny DeVito.
Why is Silver Danny DeVito?
No, it should be Eggman. Come on. That's what he turns into.
He turns into Danny DeVito. Classic Eggman.
Alright, so...
Okay, so does that answer that question? I could talk more about it if you want.
Yeah. So the other thing is Twirly over here.
Beyblade.
So far the only functionality of that ability is it simply just increases the velocity of the throw.
Actually it does a bit more. Technically also it only does this for the enemy so far, but if it for an enemy, if you fully charge an enemy when you throw them, they don't have any gravity, which makes it so that they can like go a bit further. It's just a bit of an extra bonus for fully charging it.
Yeah. I would probably have added like an extra tick or two of damage depending on the charge. Like if you're half
I was thinking about that
charged,
too. I just didn't get around to it.
Okay. I kind of figured
like
that was
in the
like,
works.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was in the plans, just not implemented yet. Whenever.
Yeah, it was more so when I made it, I was like, okay, what's the flashiest thing I could do to sell it so it feels good, and then we could worry about the nerdy numbers stuff later.
Yeah.
So damage, easy to change. Getting like the spin right, that took me a few iterations because at first I was like, for the craze, I was like, let me just add an impulse to rotation, but I realized it wouldn't apply to them because they don't have physics. So I had to figure out how to rotate them cleanly in one direction constantly, which took, honestly, it took about an hour to figure it out because I was kind of dumb about it.
That's really good. You did a good job.
And
we need to add the sparkle to that. If you launch
ding.
them.
Yeah. And then I had to scale the velocity and I kind of just spin it while tuning it because I get lost in the sauce when doing that. And the only other issue was that I just had to fix a few bugs still because his throw is still relatively bug-ridden. There was an issue where, like, if you switch targets while throwing, like, bad things will happen. And if, like, you let go of an enemy while trying to throw them, they'll get stuck. So, yeah, all of that should be ironed out. So it should be way more, there should be way less bugs when throwing enemies.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I did want to talk about also as an idea is that it'll be an interesting idea that you fully charge a projectile, depending on the weight of it. Because if you notice, heavier crates and enemies, depending on the weight, will actually spin more slowly.
I did actually notice that. Like the enemies spin slightly slower than the crates do.
Yeah. That took a while to make it look good, but it'll be kind of interesting that if you get a heavy enough object or just a heavier object and throw it, especially in the air maybe, or maybe just exclusively in the air, silver gets pushed back by a certain impulse, and like a heavier enemy will push him back further to the point where it's like you can actually use it to gain momentum possibly. But that's just a random idea I thought of.
Yeah. But another thing, obviously, we have seen several times that I just added today is something to do with the crates.
I noticed.
Yes. Let's go ahead and set the stage here.
The crates now have babies.
Yeah. Needs a little bit more extra work, but
if you destroy a crate,
yep.
It now has little.
Yeah. So it's there.
Little items.
If you apply like impulse, like do a stomp, it'll move.
Damn. And yeah, I need to change the stomp stuff because right now if you do a stomp, you like destroy the. It's weird, like you don't destroy the crates because the stomp doesn't kill things, but it will like push you away from them because
it gets destroyed. Which
the latter shouldn't happen at all. An explosion you create shouldn't push you away from anything that blocks it, which is what the crates do. Yeah.
Alright, hold up. I got it. I gotta read this text, and I gotta read it in a very specific way. Shiranu says, "Hello, Fizz. Are you enjoying the promotion?" And I assume you mean the promotion at work, in which case, yes and no, because I'm fucking tired. I'm like always tired.
And I'm not making it better.
No, every time I see a manual on, I'm just like, fuck, I gotta worry about this now.
That's why I'm just always invisible, so Fizz never knows when I'm striking.
I love it. Yeah, I love doing this. The most we just absolutely demolish the shit.
Yeah, eventually I want to make the crates actually react to hitting things and like their environment so that they will break apart if they're going fast enough, but that's for later.
Chip's bracelet is still here.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, actually, another minor change. Enemies actually, the thing I was talking about the crates, the enemies actually do that more properly with each other. Like, if you hit an egg pawn, so the egg pawn that hits it will bounce off them and take the damage. Which before they would just go straight through.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I noticed that the throw hitboxes are just improved overall.
Yeah. I made changes so that obviously if you fully charge an enemy, they will like plow through multiple enemies or something like that, which would be nice.
Yeah.
What I did was that I made so when you turn enemies to projectile, you can have integer, which is like their projectile tier.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to 13th tier, man. But the higher the tier, which goes up to 2, the more penetrating quote unquote qualities they have. Where level 2 means they could go through heavy enemies. Level 1 means they could go through normal enemies, but not heavy enemies. And level 0, which level 0 meaning that you bounce off every enemy. Like, yeah.
Alright, so I don't think there's much of anything else to include for silver. I think we've went over everything with Silver. We've also went over everything with Blaze as well. There's not much of anything else.
One change with Blaze so far.
Yeah.
We will get to Blaze.
Yeah. Ooh, I did make an animation actually.
You did?
For it was a rain animation I made while downloading some stuff from my computer because it's running really slow. It's for the egg ponds actually. So if you go to the egg pond and look further through the animation, it should be called Tumble.
Tumble.
Um,
I'm not seeing this at all. Near top. There you go.
Animations?
Type in Tumble.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's a minor animation, but I said a long time ago that we need more like different types of animations to convey different things for the enemies. And one of them would be like if you're being launched in a specific way, they should tumble head over heels. So I just made that in about 15 minutes.
The arm's going a bit freaky, but besides that, it's something good.
Yeah, very quick testing, but if you're looking for content, that's something.
Yeah. You're looking for content. So, where did you put Blaze's new running animation?
Go to... No. Oh, wait, no, yep, it is. There it is. I think it's the other one, like, well, they're both the same. You can see how, like, there's a duplicate.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both the same. Either way. So that's Blaze's animation that I animated.
Yeah.
I was quite happy with this animation.
It does look.
I do like it so far.
It does look a lot better whenever her feet are not like
through the ground.
Like phasing through the ground.
Yeah. The only issue I have is it's not your fault at all. It's just that, at least to me, and this is a problem with a lot of animations of Sonic, is that like compared to side on and front on versus behind, it just isn't usually as expressive. Like Sonic kind of has the same problem. Knuckles has the same problem with his new run animation I made for him. Like there's only so much you could do about it, but I did notice that like it being expressive is like it's not as noticeable compared to the ones behind her. But in terms of personality, I like it way more.
One thing I would probably change is whenever she brings her foot up for the upswing, I would probably bring it up higher.
I'm gonna go higher.
Like just a little bit.
Yeah.
Although it's like you can't go too far with it because you got to remember she's running in heels.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive.
Exactly.
I'm sure the fire helps with it. Like what I would personally do, maybe to show that she's like pushing off of each heel with like fire force, is to make it so that every time she like after her heel leaves the ground from like being on the ground, it like extends further and has more force behind it.
No, you're just
something like that.
Scroll up. You were just on it. Scroll up. Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go. All right, so this is Silver's new hover animation.
I do like that one. I know you were inspired by certain fan projects.
Yeah, he's got a double mouth. Yeah, with the wavy hair. I want to work with Silver's materials and make his cuffs actually metallic. I'm gonna do that at some point.
We really got to fix the Springbone situation with his back quills because they're kind of scuffing a lot of the animations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you play as Silver, you can very clearly see like his quills. You see how weirdly arched they are.
That's
honestly I didn't notice.
But if
you
I
saw the back ones or the ones in front?
Yeah, one back. If I start walking, they stretch.
Really?
And then they shrink back in.
I'm blind. I didn't notice until now.
It's subtle.
Ginger Zone asks, "Are you going to be adding foot smear particles to any of the runs?" We could. It's something we.
Sonic already has a full body smear.
Yeah, but that sucks, and we're probably gonna scrap it.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
Yes, I did. I told you that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't as blunt, so I thought maybe we could fix it.
Yeah.
It's trying to mesh a bit too much.
Yeah, the mesh isn't built for it, and it just doesn't look right. So, but yeah, if you look at Silver, you can clearly see like his back quills extend a little bit. Oh my god! And then whenever he stops, you can see his quills retract. It's because I think it's because one, the Springbone, and two, like the default position of the animation because it's a retargeted animation.
Yeah.
Retargeted from the actual 06, which obviously had different proportions.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not quite as good.
a lot of the characters have similar issues. Like for instance,
With
with
that, with
Tails, his legs get longer.
Yeah, with those, you just put them into Blender, like the individual animations, and tweak them yourself, because then all you're really doing is just editing 1 or 2 bones.
But that is actually a pretty good idea, Ginger Zone, adding like smear particles to the feet. Although we got to be careful with particles. I think one thing, and I think this kind of just showcases our inexperience with it. A lot of our particles are not very well optimized. Anytime we add a new particle, it looks cool, and then it just tanks the engine.
There are some particles I've gotten better with that, like that new fire particle that I'm going to add to like enemies when they catch on fire and players. Like it's actually really well optimized because it's really just a 2D sprite that's just changed around. But I only recently learned how to make particles like that, and there's a YouTube video on it. I can't make that from scratch.
Yeah, there is that other thing that I added to show off, isn't there, Fizz?
Yeah, but before we went to that, I wanted to see if there's something else we could do. I guess I could show this one thing off real quick because it is boring.
Yay, boring.
I finished cleaning the speed parent, except
Oh yeah, cleaning
for the
variables and my thing.
I didn't touch the variables at all. The variables are not clean at all. But I'm holding off on that. Save for the homing attack code, which is in this giant ass collapse graph. All of the code has been cleaned up and organized. So that's been clean. This has been clean. It's a little bit easier to read. All of this has been reorganized. A little bit easier to clean or to read, and since it's been clean now. All of the graphs, so like the action graph here, the shoulder graph here, has been cleaned and reorganized a little bit. The event graph, which really doesn't have a whole lot in it. All of these functions here have been cleaned and reorganized, so they are neat and easier to read. But on top of that, I also did flight parent. Flight parent's clean. Like almost completely clean. Yeah.
Tails took a shower finally.
All of this code is cleaned up and much more organized. I don't like how I did the flight code, but at least it's easier to read than it was before. But the flight code in general is just a huge jumble mess. So I wasn't going to worry about it too much. But it is clean. It makes a little bit more sense whenever you read it. The only thing I didn't touch in the flight parent was the free flight code. I could clean it up. It's not like it's as complicated or as massive as the other, like the homing attack code, but I wasn't going to touch it yet.
I mean, it's also my thing.
Yeah. I did clean all the variables. All the variables in the flight parent have been cleaned and organized, so now they're all in a nice... They've all been categorized, and they've all been organized based on variable type inside of their categories. So, yep. So, other than the power parent, which I'm not touching at all, Emmanuel's going to clean the power parent. The master character, speed parent, and the fly parent are all clean. They're all organized and ready. For the most part. Well, actually, they're like 90% clean and organized and ready.
The master character's clean, which is already a huge feat, so we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. All that's left are the children, like the individual children. But
which isn't a big deal at all.
Most of them are really tiny. I mean, Tails has this, and maybe a few functions.
Yeah, it's barely worth cleaning for the most part for most of them.
The two biggest blueprints are going to be Silver and Sonic, because Silver has a bunch of custom code inside of them.
Yeah, also Knuckles, because, well, this will ring true for any power parent character, but, like, their attacks usually are pretty customized.
Yeah. I'm going to try and make them a little bit more,
clean.
Well, not necessarily clean, but, like, a little bit more modular than what they are now, but...
Yeah, to an extent. Like I said, Silver's pretty unique. It's not like we're going to make another one, so...
Yeah.
Let's make another Silver.
I'm gonna stop cleaning things for a little while because I've got something else I am working on.
Gold.
Yes.
But whenever I get around to cleaning Sonic, I want to patch up the Sonic Boom and get it working again. But that'll be a little bit. I'm not gonna work on that for a little while. So.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
And I'm Kanye West.
I'll be there for you.
If you want to find, also I did make that silver animation. That's extremely scuffed. The one where he throws out the orb. It's called like Psycho Seeker.
Oh, I thought it was what we already had.
No, I made that. That's why I showed you that.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool then. I thought it looked good. I mean, it was a bit jank when you're moving around, but you know.
Yeah.
The montage or the other one?
The montage.
Either one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I made a last minute change. It was like, oh, he's gonna be sliding. I added like him getting up and then throwing it. So
yeah, no. If we're gonna keep this move, it's not gonna be a double crouch button. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be crouching beforehand. Well, we'll see about it.
I'm not too attached to it. I don't mind.
I do have a different idea. If we were to keep it to a crouch, I have a different idea for it, but we'll see. I think we can.
Also,
what?
I may have to like leave.
All right. Well,
I mostly just wanted to say my part about what I've done, but this part I did some things on, but it's really self-explanatory.
All right. So we teased this like yesterday or the day before. I don't remember.
It was yesterday.
Who are we playing as?
On Twitter.
Yeah, we teased it on Twitter, and I also linked to it in the Discord. We're gonna go to Blaze because it just looks better with Blaze.
Also, I figured out the code to get rid of the messages, by the way. It's disable on-screen messages.
Cool.
So if you follow us on Twitter, and I even posted on the Discord, so you've probably seen it in the Discord as well, you would have seen this here. We have a photo mode. Or like a bare bones photo mode.
Yes, bare bones at the moment.
Yep, you can tilt the camera, you can move quickly by holding down left or right click, all that good stuff. Move up and down.
Well, it does, yeah, right click resets your orientation. If you press shoulder buttons, you will rotate left and right. If you press crouch, you'll go down. Press space, you'll go up. And yeah, like Amanda said, if you press mouse 1, you will speed up. You have this weird momentum whenever you do. Like, you actually carry momentum.
Yeah, because it's an actual movement thing. It's not just like translation.
It's a flying.
It's a flying object.
Movement.
Yeah. But with that said, I will take my leave. I have to help do some things around the house. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, see ya.
Have a nice day.
See ya. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Sonic Movie Day.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
You didn't hear that.
So we got a proto photo mode.
Proto photo.
This is pretty neat. We don't have a way to take pictures yet, but we are going to add it. But for now, you can press like F11
F9.
or F9.
F9, yeah.
F9, which will take a screenshot. Boop. And then if I cancel, I'm going to...
Best thing I do is just do a screenshot again. And then it'll give you the message of where to go. Or you can do that.
You go into your folder location, you can go to saved screenshots, and it will save the screen. As you can see, I have been enjoying myself with this photo mode.
He
like,
had
a
no
lot.
Photos. He had no photos in this when I added it.
Yeah, no, my screenshots folder was completely empty. In love with code. I didn't take this screenshot.
That's from a while ago. Look, those rocks are down there on the left.
Okay, yeah. That must have been a long while ago. So as you can see, I've been enjoying myself with this photo mode quite a bit. Taking quite a few interesting shots. Most of them are of this egg pond getting fucked. I like
specifically this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This poor egg pond has gotten the shit kicked out of it just for the sake of aesthetic. I like that one.
His friend in the back's like, yo, watch your jet.
Watch your jet. We have neat little pictures of Blaze. Some of these you'd see on the Twitter because I posted them on the Twitter. I like this one here. I thought this was pretty cool. The way that like Blaze reorientated herself to rotate lined up with the pirouette particle as she was about to smash the enemy.
Yeah.
And it says Burning Blaze. I have a lot of fun with this photo mode. One thing, I'm going to go ahead and show this real quick. Where'd it go? There we go, Jesus. We're going to see how we can fix this. We're not sure how to do it yet. But if you activate photo mode, it does not update the LODs.
Yeah. The character LODs are
they're
very
bad.
interesting.
Another problem is whenever you enter and then exit photo mode, you completely lose all velocity.
Particles stuck on as well. Oh,
Yeah.
that goes.
I think there's something about the code just stops executing partway through. I have no idea how or you put this together, Reese. So
The only thing I'm suspected is because you're unpossessing the character and possessing a photo mode actor, and then you're repossessing the character once the game unpauses, and the game just doesn't remember your inputs or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that crispy LOD.
Yeah, so the
Going back, yes.
So photo mode does not activate the higher quality LODs, which we're gonna try and see if we can fix. We tried fixing it once and it apparently didn't work.
Yep. I tried forcing the character's mesh to go to a higher resolution, but it did not.
This
Oh my
guy.
God.
These poor guys.
Mondays, am I right?
This dude looks like he's wearing high trousers.
Everybody does the high trouser brigade. Not allowed in the club unless you're 5 polygons and got high trousers.
Yep. What about a collider with a camera that forces LOD on collision? Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Collider.
At a collision box that whenever it overlaps with an actor, it tries to force an LOD1 or LOD0.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea at all, actually.
Yeah, I could try that, actually. Yeah. Like, put a collision around this. The thing is, I don't know if it'll work when it's paused, because the game is paused.
That's
at the
true.
moment.
Technically, it's on pause. So, well, actually, you will. I think you can still update things whenever the game is paused.
You have to specifically tell stuff to still tick while it's paused, but that means you would have to make everything tick while being paused. Might be a way.
How's it going, Void? How you doing today? But yeah, we got photo mode.
We have the photo mode camera.
We gotta update Blaze's LOD anyway, because looking at it from this far away, you can see her tail is clearly hecked. So we gotta change. We gotta update Blaze's LODs anyway.
Yep. Update those LODs.
The LOD.
But anyway. when it works well, you get some nice screenshots to show off.
Like this one here. I like this screenshot. This is a really good one.
It is.
We got the rocket one. The tucked arms for the run is nice. Oh yeah, for Blaze's run. Yeah,
New animation made by me.
Yeah, Reese made that animation. We're trying to replicate the Rush feel, like Sonic Rush, for her animations. I couldn't get a good shot of Frenzy, and I ended up taking this one, and this one was hilarious. It's kind of, it was supposed to have like a creepy feel to it, like you're looking around the corner and seeing Frenzy. But the way Frenzy looks back at you is just funny. I think this one probably did a little bit better.
Yeah. I'm planning, not a priority, but I might be adding like some filter options for the photo mode. Just some basic ones.
Getting a good shot with Void is practically impossible, but that's just due to how Void looks right now. We're still planning on changing how Void looks. I like this shot. It's kind of got that little swirl going on.
Swirl. Squirrel.
Squirrel. That's a pretty good shot of Laser as well.
Yeah. I was confused at the angle at first, and then it took me a minute. I'm like, oh, I see the angle now.
And it's probably about as a good shot with drill as you're gonna get.
I still need to replace those rocks.
I like this.
Yeah, that one's good.
The spike shot. Sonic Cam next feature. Oh yeah, this was just showcasing a bug, which is kind of weird. The display on the warp rings was strange, which is weird because there's no shot like this at all anywhere in the engine. Like, this isn't a default texture anywhere. So I'm like, where is this texture coming from? But I tried replicating a shot that Reese made. This one here.
Yeah, I did it with Sonic when I was testing.
It's LODs.
So, yeah, if the LODs were forced back to normal, like, you can do some really cool things.
Yeah.
With photo mode.
And then that's the one that we just took a minute ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I essentially, we didn't plan to add a photo mode or anything. I mean, we had talks about doing it for a while, specifically for, like, I don't know, people who do YouTube or something that could, like, take some better thumbnails with it and stuff like that. We never planned on really adding it, but I saw a tutorial pop up from somebody how to watch who normally does some good tutorials, and I finally had just finished the Sonic animations, so I said to myself, screw it, I'm going to try and do it, see if I can get away with it. It took a little bit more extra tweaking because we've got, like, a weird camera system to begin with anyway. But I got it working, and I was like, oh, well, I got this done, and it's kind of fun. It's really fun. And I made something that Fizz is like, wow, how could you make something so fun? You're fired.
I hate whenever Reese makes anything fun because I play with it for 10 years. Oh yeah, that's another problem, is it just makes you drop off rails.
Yeah.
Because it stops ticking for a split second and the engine doesn't recognize it. What did I miss? We'll go over everything that we discussed here soon. We'll do a recap.
We're drawing to the end. We've pretty much gone over all the major new things, at least.
Yeah. Probably not the end of the stream, but end of things that we can really show off. We did more this time. Like, more things have been done between this stream and last stream, so.
Yeah, a lot more visual stuff to show off. There was a few behind-the-scene things with some new blueprints and just cleaning code. But yeah.
Yeah. There is one other thing, but I'll mention it later, and we're not going to go into detail about it. But I do at least want to mention it to let you guys know that we're doing it. Like, it's being done. Rail discrimination. The rails are not the only thing that breaks when you go into photo mode. Like, momentum in its entirety just breaks. Like, I'm running here, and if I go into photo mode, and then I come back, it just completely breaks. So let's pull up Silver real quick just to do a recap. Pull up Sliver.
Blitz round, let's go.
Did not mean to press that. First of all, real quick, the HUD has been rescaled. So everything's slightly smaller, less intrusive, not taking up so much screen space, except for the psycho energy. Obviously, that's the energy bar. We gotta rescale the energy bar. Yeah.
When you're done after showing off the recap, you could quickly show off the other HUDs.
Yeah, that's true. Silver has a new projectile. It's not completely finished, but it acts as a homing projectile for Silver that stuns enemies. It doesn't currently deal any damage, but it does put enemies in a stun state to be thrown. Silver has some new particles for, like, his stomp and psycho stun stuff like so. And we also have a new functionality with the throw. If you throw in any object, its overall velocity has been lowered. However, if you hold the throw button, you can put the enemy in a spin cycle. And enemies who are thrown at maximum throw charge freak the hell out, for one, but they also don't ever lose gravity. They will just keep going forever. until their throw timer runs out, in which case they will just self-destruct. Silver also has a new run animation as well. It's pretty neat.
New animation by me.
Yep. I really like how it looks. It's got a nice little flow to it.
Ooh, flowy.
Very flowy. Is there something else with Silver?
There was the animations of manual. I think that's it.
Silver's little psychopath thing here has gotten a little graphical update to make it a little bit more pronounced.
Still early. I literally just did this before the stream, so
yeah,
it'll be updated a bit more.
Yeah, it's not finished, but we just worked on it. Crates will now fall apart whenever they're destroyed. And the parts obviously simulate physics. So if I stop, why am I being thrusted forward? That's very weird. I think that's a bug. That is just not in general something Silver should do, so that's a bug. Obviously this works with crates and stuff like that, so if I throw a crate, whoop, it'll have a very low throw distance. We'll probably increase it a little bit. I don't know why Emmanuel dropped it so low, but if you charge it up, the throw velocity, yeah, the throw velocity will increase. Crash Silver, dude. Whoa!
Oh my god, it is.
Also, in general, there's been a lot of bug fixes done to Silver. Like throwing enemies, picking them up is just overall better. When you throw an enemy at another enemy, they will properly interact with each other now. They don't weirdly bug out. They'll bounce off of each other and get destroyed and stuff like that. Bonk. Bonk. Like so. There isn't much else to do with Silver. Silver does have a new top speed animation. It's not really new, because it's just a repurposed light speed dash. But now he has a different animation that he plays when we're running at top speed. Yeah. So no more floor licking Silver. Now he does a light speed animation. We might keep it. We might keep that animation. We might do a completely new animation. I don't know yet, but regardless, it's going to be the new animation going to replace the old one, because the old one is literally just Silver sliding his face across the floor, which does not look very good. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else for Silver. We discussed earlier with Blaze that
she has new running animation.
Yeah, Blaze has a new running animation. She's just going to get some visual overhaul done to her here soon. This animation is not complete. There is... Shouldn't his hands be the other way? Maybe? I'm not sure. You'd have to better explain what you mean by that. But Blaze's animation now better reflects her Sonic Rush style. Her eyelids are still kind of weird, but
that's due to a blend space that was already there. I did not animate the eyelids like that.
Yeah. It's a blend space bug. But I like Blaze's new animation. It's got a nice little bounce to it. Oh.
It makes it more satisfying to run around as Blaze.
Yeah. Because she's supposed to have longer strides in comparison to the other characters, because unlike Sonic, who runs with his actual leg speed, and Shadow, who runs with skates, Blaze propels herself with her flames. So the strides in her running is meant to be a lot longer than the other characters. Like if you play through Sonic Rush, or if you just look at the animations in Sonic Rush, she has much longer strides. The main problem with her animation right now is the fact that it doesn't transition very well from her current run animation. Like if I slow it down and start speeding up, you can see there's a weird disconnect between the animation blends. But I don't really know how to fix that. I'm sure Reese might have an idea, but I have no idea, personally.
I will try.
And then obviously, like we mentioned earlier, we have the photo mode, which has a lot of neat features. We're not done with the photo mode. It's going to have some more functionality included into it. Hopefully a way to update the LODs. We're going to try that collision idea that was given to us a second ago. But let's see. Was
Essentially,
there...
this boundary break.
Yeah, boundary break. The thing doesn't have any collision, so you can just clip into any wall that you want at the moment, which we might keep, we may not. I don't know.
You can take the camera basically wherever we want.
So yeah, I don't think there's much of anything else. We could show the HUDs real quick, just how all the other HUDs look with the
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, I just actually I didn't mention this. Yeah, I found that bug as well. I don't know how it happened. Also, probably the best way to do this, I don't think it works for that menu anymore at the moment. Go into the widgets, go to HUD.
Game HUD, just swap its
Yeah,
style.
go to the graph on the top right. Yeah, go to graph. And then go to the variables and do test theme.
Okay.
And just do that. So we've got 06, Heroes, Classic, and Generations. Those are the ones that have been updated.
Yeah. So the HUD's been shrunk down a little bit. It's less prominent, less in your face. Takes up a little bit less screen space for you. You can actually see things.
It's matched up more closely to the actual game. Because if you notice, there was a screenshot of Heroes. I was using screenshots to line everything up.
Yeah. So if we went with...
I did change it with Heroes, though, because it was a bit too far stretched. But yeah, Generations has been shrunk down a bit as well.
What's in your face? We could probably reposition that farther to the left for Generations. Like the score and counter and all that stuff should probably be moved over to the left.
Easy.
Why is the boost bar design the same? Because we haven't finished remodeling the HUDs. It's like, honestly, the HUDs are almost done in terms of like what they have left to be done, but the boost bar is the big one.
Yes, I have to figure that out.
Currently, right now, due to the fact that the boost bar is character specific, like if I swap to, let's just go with Knuckles. If I swap to Knuckles, you'll see he doesn't have a boost bar, he has a stress meter. And it's technically not the same. These are completely two different assets with two different functionalities. But because they're technically different assets, they can't be treated the same as the other HUD elements. So the life and the time and score counter and stuff like that, it can't be treated the same way because it's a completely different asset versus all those are literally all part of the same asset. They're part of the...
Essentially, the child is telling the HUD what it should be displaying. Like the character is telling the HUD what it should be displaying. But given that we have different themes, I need to make the boost bar look different depending on what theme we're doing. But the boost bar can have a slightly different shape or design for each theme. So that's my headache at the moment I'm trying to figure out. I might have to do a widget switcher within a widget switcher. Widget switchers are GOAT. Classic, yes. And that'll be all the HUDs I've done so far.
Yeah.
But again, that's just been shrunk down, moved up to the corner a bit more, and there was an X added to the life counter.
Yeah. So it's just mostly repositioning the assets and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think that's just about it. Let me double check here. Like I said earlier, I also finished cleaning the speed and flight parents. So flight parents finished cleaning, speed parents finished cleaning. So we have the master character, flight, and speed parent all finished in terms of like organization, cleaning up code, and stuff like that. Speed parent isn't completely done. I still got to do the variables inside of it, but I'm waiting for a manual to clean up some stuff, and then all that's left is the power parent, which I'm not touching. I'm not messing with the power parent. That's all a manual. Because that'll be a pain, and I'm already driving myself insane with all this cleaning. So I want to do something else now. And speaking of doing something else, I can't show anything. Mostly, one, because... Oh my god, did another fucking bot... Okay, you know what? This person is just... I think this is the 4th time that this person has done this. I'm going to remove them. I don't like doing that.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, in the Discord.
Yeah.
I meant in the
Could you remove all those?
I'm doing it now.
All right, thank you. I can't show anything off, mostly because, one, there isn't anything to show off. But I have begun working on the girl.
Oh. Ironically, the mesh is not there.
Yeah. This is not the first time that this person... I'm pretty sure this is like the 3rd or 4th time that this person here has been hacked and spammed links, so I have just completely kicked them.
Yeah, I remember seeing this once before.
If people would just set up 2-part authentication on their Discord, they wouldn't get hacked and shit like that, but this person has not taken responsibility, so I've removed them. Let's see here. The only thing I am going to show is the fact that we had to start a completely new blueprint for Whisper, because all of the assets that we used to have for Whisper are no longer functioning. Like, they didn't update properly between the updates between 4.26 or 4.24 and 4.26. Like, they didn't update properly, so they were kind of bugged and corrupted, so we can't use them anymore. So we're gonna start, not necessarily from scratch, because there's still code from the blueprint itself that we could reuse, but the blueprint kind of just wasn't entirely functioning right, so I kind of just copied a lot of the base functionality of the blueprint. And we can't show it off yet, but Whisper has finally actually begun development. And it's going to take a little bit to get a lot of the functionality done for Whisper, because like I had mentioned before in a previous stream, Whisper is going to be heavily dependent on the new master projectile blueprint that Emmanuel has been setting up and creating. So it's going to take a little while to get a lot of that set up. I think for the most part, Emmanuel has gotten a lot of the base functionality down for the master projectile, but we have yet to actually, you know, implement it. The only character that implements the master projectile at all right now is Silver, with that Psycho Seeker ability that we showed off, the one with the little energy ball that seeks out enemies.
Yep.
That's the only one that has any form of
Yo, it's done.
It's done? What is?
I got them all.
Oh, nice. So Whisper has finally begun development. We constantly talked about Whisper in the past.
It has begun.
But we've always been too busy with other things. Now I am not busy with other things anymore, so she has begun development.
Look at that Whisper model. Look.
So what?
Look at that Whisper model. Doesn't it look great?
Yes, this Whisper model right here. The best Whisper model.
Perfection.
I can provide updates with how things are going with Whisper for a little while, but I will not be actually showcasing anything for Whisper because I want to keep a lot of it a secret. I don't want to show off anything too early. Not until we get something really substantial finished, then I might tease a little bit of how Whisper is going to function. But until then, the most I can really do is just kind of be like, hey, things are going good, or I haven't done a whole lot this time, or had issues with this, but now it's fixed. You know, that's going to be a lot of what you'll hear about Whisper for a little bit. Mostly because I'm kind of starting from scratch with Whisper. Not entirely, but Whisper's going to have a lot of bug fixes to be done, as well as just building things from scratch in the first place, which luckily I have a tendency to prototype things very quickly. Like for example, all of the Flight Parents combat, I prototyped that within a week. And the Flight Parents combat was pretty extensive. We built off of it. Like, obviously it took longer than a single week to finish the Flight Parent combat, but I managed to prototype almost all of its base functionality within a week. I think it will probably take longer than that for Whisper. It might take 2 weeks. I don't know. Mostly because Whisper has a lot that needs to be done with her. But a lot of the base functionality of what Whisper will have will probably take 2, maybe 3 weeks to get done, because I think I am going to do nothing but work on Whisper for the next couple of days. So hopefully it can get done within a like decent amount of time, if that makes sense. Obviously, once I'm finished prototyping, hopefully Emmanuel can be done with some of the other things I have tasked him with doing, some of which he is kind of taking his time on.
Huh?
But
What?
I said Emmanuel, not you.
Oh, if we said my name, I was going to be like, what have I done now?
No. I'm just saying that I'm prototyping stuff with Whisper. But Emmanuel will probably help me finish things up, but that won't be until after he's done with the other things I have tasked him with doing, but he has to actually do those things first.
That would help.
Which I am going to probably talk to him about. And be like, alright, unless there is something absolutely vital you want to add to the master character, stop fucking working on Silver. Just move on to Sonic. Finish, like, clean up Sonic's combat, like the Speed Parent. Clean up the Speed Parent's combat and functionality, stuff like that. We can continue improving on Silver later. Okay. But yeah, are there any questions or concerns or comments by anybody? Any other ideas or stuff? If it's related to Whisper, I'll try to answer it, but there's some things I probably will not be able to answer because we don't want to give away too much too early. Was he saying summaries?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, poor cat.
Oy, 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 oy. So, that Sonic movie, eh?
Hey, the Sonic movie.
Did people watch The Big Game yesterday?
I didn't, because it doesn't exist in Britland.
In Britland? It doesn't exist in Britland.
You guys just enjoy a giant big bowl of soup, apparently?
Yes. No, the thing is, the bowl is super. It's a very... the bowl collected all the Chaos Emeralds and it went super, is what it is.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Is it like that episode of Sonic X where they're playing baseball?
Yeah.
In a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I was at work throughout the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl actually made my job easier because no one went to the movies. So I'm just like, okay, this is gonna be a nice, easy night.
Do this again, please.
We had more business than I thought. I thought we were going to get no business whatsoever, and we actually got more business than I thought we were going to get. But it was still pretty dead for a Sunday night. Even though most Sunday nights are generally kind of dead, but tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so some people, whoever didn't go to the Super Bowl, were like had gone out on dates and stuff.
How could they go out on dates on Sonic movie anniversary day?
I do not know.
They need to go and watch the Sonic movie on the anniversary, or the Paramount gods will not be happy. I have not watched the movie today. I'm a fraud.
I will probably not end up watching the movie. Priorities.
Oh, you are also going to get raided.
Yeah. I have a blade from the Xeno to play, is what I've got.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought you'd be playing thingy first. Pokemon.
No, I'm taking a break from Pokemon, because in order to complete Pokemon Arceus Legends, I have to go and catch like all those Pokemon and shit. And I don't want to take up streams doing that, so I'm just gonna do that in my spare time. Whenever I'm not doing literally anything else in my spare time, because my spare time is getting smaller and smaller.
So what, you're actually playing Xenoblade tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to play Xenoblade tonight. As soon as we're done with the stream here, I'm going to take a break to eat, throw some stuff in the laundry, and then we're going to play some Xenoblade Chronicles. Not Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just Xenoblade Chronicles.
Why you gotta do this to me when I'm at a work night?
Because your mom. I'm going to play it tomorrow as well.
Oh, but I need to be there for when it happens.
When it happens?
When it happens.
Are you talking about at the very beginning?
Maybe.
When a certain character gets Van Damned?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Are you aware what happens after?
Right after? I might be.
I'll just say after.
I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be a couple hours in, though, is the thing.
Oh no, yeah, that'll be like a 5 days in.
5 days. I'm not as slow as you when it comes to these RPGs.
Shut up! I'm doing all the side quests.
How many side quests are even active at that point?
Oh, there was like, I think I've done about 50 side quests.
Jeez.
In the starting area, I swear down, you if you do all the side quests, you're in there for about 4 hours.
Jeez. Grab 5 flowers. Beat this one enemy.
I will say something that's really cool with the side quest system is you don't, for a majority of them, you don't have to go back and like finish the quest. If you accept a side quest to like say kill a certain amount of enemies or collect a certain amount of items, if you just go out and do it, the quest will finish as soon as you grab the last like condition. You don't have to walk back to town to tell the person you've done it.
That's nice.
It is. It's so good. There's some quests where you have to go back, but the majority of them have just been like, "Oh, you've done it. Congratulations. Here's your reward." Yeah, fuck off.
I don't think we are missing anything in terms of things to show off. So again, if anybody has any questions, now would be the time to ask them. This is like last call for comments, questions, things like that. I'm going to be working on Whisper for the most part. I won't have much of anything to show off for Whisper because it will take a little while to get a lot of this set up. Are you going to add a trail for rolling soon? I'm pretty sure you asked that before, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to say the same thing I did last time where it said it's not a priority.
It's on the list.
It's on the list of things to do. It's just not a priority. There are so many other things to do that are more important that need to get done.
It's a cool screenshot.
It's something we do want to add because the rolling could definitely use that additional thing to make it look better. So it's something we do want to include, but it's just, like I said, not a priority at all.
I just got a cool screenshot. Silver is waving.
You're finally awake.
Hey, wake up. You're finally awake.
It's like a screenshot from below Silver. Show me your use.
Show me your use. This is the evilest trigger.
Show me your Ibwis Twigger. I showed you my use. Now show me your Ibwis Twigger. Well, alright, if anyone doesn't have any other questions, I am probably gonna call it good here because I need to eat. I woke up, called me mum, and immediately started the stream. I have not had time to do anything else today. I have not even eaten yet.
We did enjoy some, like, quality Xenoblade Welsh cat girl.
Yeah, it's true. We did enjoy some Dougal. So, yep, if nobody has anything else, we're probably going to call it good here. I will be back in probably an hour or two to do some Xeno bloody. Oh, I didn't do the transition thing this time. I am very tired.
How could you?
But yeah, we'll be back later, and I will see everybody then. Actually, before we go, this stream will be up on the YouTube channel on the 28th, on the 21st, and our next dev stream will be on the 28th, assuming we actually have anything to show off for it. Because again, most of what I'm going to be working on, I cannot actually showcase. But once someone gets a model in, then we might be able to show something, but we will have to see about that one.
I wonder who that is meant to be.
Hmm.
It's Derek, in it. We need to get Derek on the job.
Yeah. Derek. But bitch, nobody. Yeah, we will be back on the 28th. This dev stream will be uploaded to YouTube on the 21st. And we hope to see everybody then. So,
See you.
Yep. Until next time, we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.